Hi, this is Lisa Somerville for Divinity Designs. Thank you for joining us for our virtual Valentine's 2024 event. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you our Festive Favors die set, along with additional Divinity Designs products. Towards the end of the video, I'm also going to share with you a tutorial for some coordinating projects that you can create to go along with the Festive Favors die set. There's a completed project using our Festive Favors die set. That project also uses the Valentine Gnomes 2 Paper Die Duo. The Valentine Gnomes 2 Paper Die Duo contains 12 Valentine Gnome papers, 2 sheets per paper, along with one coordinating Valentine Gnome die set. The paper used is a Sweethearts Collection paper pad. This 6x6 paper pad contains 24 designer papers, 4 sheets of each design, along with 12 solid color sheets, 4 sheets of each color. Divinity Designs Festive Favors die set is a set of 20 dies. Shown here is the Festive Favor. We also have a circle cutout die, a heart cutout, balloon and flower embellishment dies, and then we also have charm embellishment dies. Here you can see the die on my 8.5 by 11 cardstock. To create the opening in this die, you're going to decide if you're going to use the circle cutout or the heart cutout. Then you can place that die in the bottom portion of the die cut like you see here. Use removable tape to hold those dies in place, then die cut following the directions for your die cutting machine. That will leave you the opening that you see here in the Festive Favors die cut. Then you can simply fold on all the score lines. On my Festive Favor, I did emboss the front panel using the Flourishes embossing folder, and I stamped a sentiment at the top. And then to further embellish, I used one of the die cuts from the Park Silhouettes die set. And here's a coordinating card to go along with the Festive Favors die set. Now I'm going to share with you another way to use the Festive Favors die set. This time, instead of having a whole cardstock Festive Favor, we're going to add the pattern paper. The pattern paper that I'm using comes from the Happy Hearts 6x9 paper pad collection. This paper pad features 24 designer papers, 4 sheets of each design, plus 8 solid color sheets, 4 sheets of each color. So if you want to use pattern paper along with the Festive Favors die set, you'll simply place that pattern paper on top of the cardstock. Again, you'll choose either the heart or the circle opening. Be sure that you keep that die towards the bottom of the die cut like you see here, then use removable tape to hold those dies in place and die cut and emboss following the directions for your die cutting machine. After die cutting both the pattern paper along with the Festive Favors die, that will leave you a layering panel that you can adhere to the top of the Festive Favors die cut. If need be, trim away any extra of the pattern paper. You can then use adhesive to add that pattern paper panel to the Festive Favors panel and fold on all score lines to assemble the Festive Favors. And then add a cello-filled treat bag to the inside and finish embellishing your Festive Favors. And here's some coordinating projects using our Valentine Gnomes 1 and 2 Paper Die Duo sets. Again, this is the Festive Favors die set. We have a gift tag and envelope, our candy carrier, an embellished A2 card, and our all-occasion gift box. Again, that's our Festive Favors die set. And now I have 2 additional projects to share with you. One is going to be using our candy carrier die set, and another is going to be an A2 card. And I'll be using the following Divinity Designs products. The stamp set, Be Devoted, a set of 10. The paper collection, Rose A2 card fronts. This paper collection features 32 designer papers, 8 sheets of each design. It coordinates with both the A2 landscape and portrait card base with layered die sets, as the card fronts can easily be die cut using the layering die from this die set. Again, to die cut our A2 card fronts, you simply center that layering die over the pre-printed image, use removable tape to hold that die in place, then die cut and emboss following the directions for your die cutting machine. Embossing the die will bring out the details of the die. Again, the pre-printed A2 card fronts are die cut using the layering die found in either the A2 portrait card base with layer or A2 landscape card base with layer. The A2 portrait card base with layer die set will die cut and score your cardstock to create an A2 size card base 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. The layer panel is 4 by 5 1/4. Again, be sure that you emboss that layering panel. Anytime you see 2 shades of purple on the packaging or web images, that does indicate that you should emboss your die for best results. And here's the A2 landscape card base with layer die set. This is also a set of 2. This will die cut and score your cardstock to create an A2 size card 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. The layer die is 4 by 5 1/4. And here you can see the A2 card front die cut with the layering panel on top of the card base. Here you can see the matting rectangle die was used to add a pop of color between the layer panel and the base card. Here's another sample using black as the matting layer. And to further embellish, you can see I added one of the couple dies from Park Silhouettes. And here's another example using the matting rectangle. This time I have a green matting rectangle on pink cardstock. And again, here you can see one of the couples from the Park Silhouettes die set. And here's the other die set that I'm going to be sharing with you, our candy carrier. It's a set of 8. The candy carrier is approximately 2 1/2 by 3 by 1. We have the base die, a center layer, a front base layer, a side layer, a tag, nugget wrapper dies, and the carrying handles. Before I share with you a quick tutorial, here's a few finished projects. In addition to the pre-printed gnomes from our paper die duos, you can also use many of our stamped die duos and dies to embellish the candy carrier. I'm going to be creating a candy carrier to coordinate with my card. I'm going to be using the papers from the floral gift tag card fronts and again the candy carrier die set. You can see that I've die cut all the pieces I'm going to need to create the candy carrier. I have the carrying handle, the front and side layers, the nugget wrappers, and here you can see some of the nuggets already pre-wrapped, the carrying handle, the center layer panels, and then the base. Score both the carrying handles and the base on the score line. Then adhere the layering panels to both of these die cut pieces. Now before we assemble our candy carrier, we're going to wrap the nuggets. Here you can see that I've already wrapped a handful of the nuggets to use with the candy carrier. Die cut the candy nugget die from pattern paper. Then add adhesive to the back side. Then simply wrap around the nugget, making sure that the pattern paper is securely in place. Now we can set those aside and finish assembling the candy carrier. Next, using your favorite adhesive, add adhesive to the tabs. That's going to form the base of your candy carrier. Next, you're going to add adhesive to the carrying handles die cut panel. Do not add any adhesive to these tabs yet. We're just going to add adhesive to this side here so that we can secure that in place. Next, add your favorite adhesive to the tabs of the bottom of the carrying handle. Center that die cut piece inside the base of the candy carrier. Push down on those tabs so that they adhere firmly in place. Then you can further embellish and add the wrapped nuggets to the candy carrier. If you have any questions about the project shown in this video, you can use the Leave a Message button on our website to send us an email. For more inspiration, visit the product pages on our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Instagram.